I came to London as a mathematician, carrying years of equations and a mind shaped by precision. I believed in the comfort of 1, 2, 3, knowing that 4 would follow. It was the rhythm that made the world feel safe. But certainty fractures when you stare at it long enough. Behind every proof, there is always an exception waiting. Behind every pattern, a silence that refuses to be solved. In an age where algorithms claim to predict everything, I felt it before I could name it, a crack in the clean order I had trusted for so long. All my life, I searched for the hidden threads, the unseen resonance between disciplines, mathematics and music, art and physics, philosophy and form. I thought there must be a single law, one language that binds everything. But the closer I came, the more I felt the gaps between things, the voids that cannot be calculated. Machines can find patterns faster than we ever could, but they cannot tell us what those patterns mean. Perhaps the deepest rules exist only because they cannot be fully explained. Perhaps uncertainty is the only true constant. I turned to something quieter. My father's automata, a small wooden whale he built with his own hands. I saved it carefully, and it began to move, not perfectly, but in a rhythm that felt alive, hesitant, almost fragile, but alive. I remembered what my father once told me. It's the flaws that make us real. And at that moment, I saw it clearly. Machines could mimic precision, but they could never hold what makes us human. What defines us is not only reason, but the small hesitations, the subtle leaps, the invisible bridges we call intuition. Through this imperfect whale, I felt it for the first time. There is a truth beyond logic, something that trembles quietly in the gaps between what we know and what we sense. It was in that quiet movement, the hesitant rhythm of the whale, that a new thought began to surface, a way of seeing beyond precision, beyond the clean lines of logic. It was the first echo of what would become creative intuitionism. In a time when AI reduces life to probabilities, creative intuitionism resists the flattening of meaning. It is not a philosophy of prediction, but of listening. It does not flatten complexity into probabilities. It feels what trembles beneath the surface, what wants to emerge before it takes shape. But a philosophy alone was not enough. I needed a practice, a way to notice the faintest signals, the quiet whispers of futures not yet formed. That is how the intuitional echo mapping emerged. Not a fixed map, but a trace of echoes. Where algorithms map what is probable, this method listens for what is possible. A way to sense what hides in the gaps between logic and intuition, the automata became my guides. They taught me to feel both the human and the mechanical, and the deeper rhythm that connects them. What if education was no longer about control, but about cultivating sensitivity and creativity? What if our machines predicted, but our minds learned to perceive what they cannot see? What if climate foresight was not only data, but memory of what the Earth once whispered? What if design was no longer just solving, but sensing, opening doors we did not know existed? Creative intuitionism offers a way of feeling complexity without reducing it to the logic of machines. A way of returning the future to human touch, because the future is not ahead of us. It is here, quietly returning. Welcome to the Intuition's Age.